Hey guys, welcome to Strictly Ball Business. It's your boy Alec and Dalton here, ready to talk about basketball, the best fucking sport in this world. Okay, it's no debate. Fuck soccer.
Yeah.
This is episode 26, baby. Back to back weeks after a month-long hiatus, but we are back. And I got the turtleneck rocking. Our boy Dalton's got the hoodie rocking. We're ready to talk about some fun topics here. First of all, one of the rare teams that have a failure this season is the Trailblazers. A lot of people expected them to at least be decent, but we're going to talk about whether a reload makes sense next year because of how bad they are this season. We'll also talk a bit about Anthony Edwards' ceiling. He's such an amazing young player, and sky's really the limit for this guy. But is there a limit? We'll talk a bit about that. We'll also revisit our list of most improved players this year. Who's going to win that award? Who's the favorite right now? And we're also going to talk about the new Rising Stars format, dig into that a bit, and also some trades at the deadline because we're getting dangerously close. So first of all, we're talking about the Trailblazers here today. They've had a struggling season. Is a reload going to work ahead for next season with a tanking mindset the next few weeks, maybe end up with a good draft pick? They've got some solid young players here. Damian Lillard's hurt. Maybe it makes some sense, man. What do you think?
The thing about a reload is it's kind of like foolproof. You have to be bad anyway. It's just trying to be bad for a year. And if the next year doesn't cut out, you're still bad. So it's there's no sense in doing it. It's just is it possible or will it work? And Lillard, as of January 13th, causing chronic abdominal pain. Was the surgery out he said at least 6 weeks before they reevaluated again. So I think he could probably be out of the season. I just don't know how. So the Trailblazers right now, if the draft were to happen today, they'd have the 9th pick, which it's not terrible. It's 50% chance to stay where they are, and then 20% chance in slipping into the top 4. So
you're not gonna get a star there.
No, if they jump up to the top 4, they could get
Franz Wagner was 9th though.
Yeah. Well, there's a few guys that in the draft they'd probably be interested in. Obviously Banchero would be great. Smith Jr. would be awesome, but there's Dyson Daniels. He's a smart player out of the Ignite, or Keegan Murray. He's a really good defender. He's the forward defender that everything's in. And they really need defense. So
they need Chet. They need Chet.
Yeah, get rid of Nurk. I'm down for that. Get rid of Nurk.
Well, Nurkic is, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season, so he might get traded as they look to bring in some more draft picks ahead of this the end of the season.
Yeah, they just need depth too. So outside of Dame, CJ, Nurkic, and Simons and Powell, the top 5, which is fine. The scoring really just drops off right after that. They're the only 5 that can really score. They're 9th in 3-point percentage, so they're a pretty good shooting team. 24th in rebounds, 28th in defensive rating. They've just awful defensively. Mid-level offense, mid-level true shooting, turnover percentage.
That's what Billups was hired to do too, is improve the defense here.
Oh yeah, and mid-level turnovers. So it's none of it. They're not really good at anything. Very little identity. So
yeah,
maybe just get your defense. That's the weakest part. But you'd like to think they have a really nice offense, but it's so much no continuity. It's just people are always injured or missing,
Yeah. Well, they've got lots of problems, and losing Damian Lillard pretty much sealed their fate because they don't have enough depth. They've traded first-round picks for guys like Jusuf Nurkic and Robert Covington, and you can see where that's gotten them now. So they traded 2 first-round picks for Robert Covington, by the way, 2 of them. So they kind of dug their grave on that one, in my opinion. Even if they're mid-round guys, I would hope that you get some developing guys, but they haven't really been drafting guys enough. Yeah, they got Simons, but other than that, and years ago they got McCollum and Lillard before that. It's they just haven't been drafting guys with, high enough picks. You got to try to get a good prospect at some point. And um, at this point, they are going to maybe get a solid draft pick for next year. And everybody knows is that the truth is you have to be bad to get good. And the Blazers have never been like bad with Damian Lillard. They've always been either okay, good. They were great for a flash, but and at some point you got to be bad, just for a season to get like some good young player in there, reset things a bit, and get the train going again. Blazers haven't done that.
Oh yeah, they've been middle of the pack, like Kemba Walker with the Hornets, just not good enough. Not good enough to be good. Well, I mean, they had 2 seasons, got to the conference finals. That was the most exciting. I thought that was their peak. I never thought the
Yeah,
Trailblazers would go that far. I think they could certainly benefit, like if they traded McCollum and Nurkic, even for just one other piece and like picks in this draft, and try to go that route. I mean, you still have that would mean Anthony's your 2 guard, which isn't the worst thing. Obviously, it's not as good as CJ, but then you can fill a
yeah.
big. I think there's
I would
Nurkic
consider
is good.
trading Nance as well.
Nance too, yeah. I forgot he was and
Yeah.
Covington. I think it'd be worth it to
Oh,
trade any of those
Covington, you got
4.
to trade him because he's
And
going
I
to be a
don't.
free
Yeah.
agent as well.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get a really nice contract from the Mavericks. So,
Oh, yeah.
I
According
mean,
to
he's
what?
be really nice next to them.
He's coming to the Timberwolves.
He's coming back, baby.
Oh, that is our Trailblazers. Our definitive answer is that a reload could work. I think, maybe, who fucking knows? The truth is, Damian Lillard hates basketball. No, I don't know. We're moving on here to Anthony Edwards, one of the brightest stars in our league. And we're talking about whether he has a ceiling or not. Does this guy have one? Or is he better than Michael Jordan, possibly?
I mean, he has a pretty decent game like Michael Jordan, but so I mean, he's been great. Just from so when he started, had that first half of the season, is doing really bad, super inefficient. Just not Chris Finch. Brian Saunders just wasn't the coach for him. Chris Finch came in, really turned it around, and then now this season he's just looking again like an all-star. Very well could be.
Yeah.
Last
Such
year,
an improvement
19
on
points.
defense this year, man.
Yeah, and efficiency too. Defense and efficiency. He's a 1.6 steal type of guy. His assists are up to 3.5. Not a good ratio with his turnovers, but he's
Yeah,
shooting
but he's an
45, 30.
explosive player. So,
Yeah,
like, you take what you give away sometimes, those instances. And, like, he gets some steals on a fast break where, like, if he gets the ball, like, he's gone. Like, the
yeah, that's
dude's
it.
a
Wow.
freight train. You ain't catching up to him.
Oh yeah, but efficient. I mean, he's shooting 38 from 3 this year. That's super nice. I mean, he still takes those contested step
Better than
backs,
Curry.
but it
Shooting
happens.
better
Yeah,
than Curry.
better than Curry for poor Curry. I know. But his offensive rating is 112, defensive rating 107, which is pretty nice actually. 107 just for anybody. So he's looking good. Like he's a +5 player.
Yeah, he should be an all-star. I mean, this guy is a freaking baller. He is showtime too. So like he's got to be what the fans would want to see. You'd think like
Yeah.
him and LaMelo Ball are a couple of our brightest young stars. I'm sure like the fans want to see them there, and their stats are good enough to warrant it, especially Anthony Edwards. Like
Yeah.
he is on another level for his age. He just had his fourth 40-point game before turning 21. He's got the second most in history, half as much as the greatest player of all time, LeBron James. But he is dominating, man. This is a budding young star, a future all-time great.
Oh yeah. He has the momentum, very like reminiscent of like John Morant. You know, he was really good his rookie year. His second year was great, and he just keeps getting better. Like I see Anthony Edwards as getting the same momentum. I mean, he's the reason why the
Yeah,
Timberwolves are successful at all. Like,
yeah,
I think he's like the X factor. He's why they're a plus
yeah.
500 team right now. Currently at
Without
this
him,
moment.
if we had Wiseman, like instead, or somebody else in the draft, had we fallen further along, like no way we are even close to a playing team without Anthony Edwards.
Oh yeah, and like especially with D'Lo, like I don't, Lamelo just wouldn't have been a good fit because Anthony Edwards is like one of the most valuable players in the league just because he's like not ball dominant. He only has a 27% usage rating. He's 60% on catch and shoot threes. That like you can't
Yeah.
like that's really awesome, you know.
He's getting actually most of his threes from himself, from his dribbling,
Yeah.
in his step backs.
Oh yeah. Like
He's got a higher
he has it all
percentage
there.
of threes unassisted than our boy Steph Curry.
Our boy. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be a top 10 player in this league. Maybe 1-2 seasons away. I say just like Ja, that's momentum of Ja. Like he's come in and he's fit perfectly. Like he could
Yeah.
really fit into any other offense just because he's so well off ball, not ball dominant, and he's
Yeah.
with us. So that's why it's going to be so nice because like Cat's such a specific. It's so hard to build around him as a Timberwolves fan or looking at it because he's a center
Yeah.
that doesn't play defense, but he can shoot. Like Anthony Edwards,
Right.
you can literally play two-way superstar. Like
Super
you can literally build anything around him. So
Yeah.
it's going to
And
be a lot easier for the front office.
And he's got the mentality of a star,
Oh,
Things
yeah.
feel way differently now than when Andrew Wiggins was here or, other guys before him, Kevin Love. Like Kevin Love may be a star, but he wasn't good enough to be the one. Anthony Edwards, like his mentality is A1 since day one. Because that's who he is, baby. He's confident as fuck. He's got so much Atlanta in him. It's crazy. You see his bulldog, Ant Edwards Jr.
Oh,
After the game the other day, he posted a picture on his dog's Instagram of him wearing a studded out chain that said like Ant Jr. and it's like all blinged out diamonds and whatnot. And the caption just said like Papa dropped 30, so I had to mean mug it. And, I had like the big underbite going because it's like an ugly ass bulldog. It's so
that's
cute.
so
Though.
funny. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, him and his bulldog could be superstars. Going to be around in this league for a while.
Yes,
Dude, also
sir.
he just doesn't miss games. Like played every game last season. 41 games so far this season.
Just the other day, the last 2 games, he had a couple of scares where like he was limping on his leg after a couple of plays, and he came back in. Especially after this last game, he went up for a dunk and he felt it weird going up. He came down. He was like, "Oh, I got some tightness." Seemed like maybe it was just a cramp.
Yeah.
But like he went down to the sidelines. It was like the last 2 minutes, so he came back in and got to his 40 points and got us the win.
There he did.
Animal.
He's a winner. He's a bulldog. That's why he's going to be great.
He's a wolf.
Ceiling's high. Oh, I have him as a 3-point shooting Dwayne Wade. That was my ceiling for him. Wade only shot 29% from 3 his whole career. So like he's a 3-point shooting
high volume.
Wade.
He likes shooting threes. He's he's like man. He's like a mix of Dwayne Wade and James Harden to me.
Oh yeah.
I see a lot of James Harden play style in his step back threes, at least. His driving to the rim is definitely more ferocious than the graceful James Harden is, but he's definitely pulled some moves from other people over the years. He's just a football player in that basketball body too. So he's looking to destroy the guy in front of him. He does not give a shit.
Yeah. Is he James Wade or Dwayne Harden?
He is Dwayne Harden. That's way
Dwayne
Harden.
Okay.
Dwayne
that's the ceiling. It's Dwayne Harden. Great.
Anthony Edwards equals Dwayne Harden, baby. Next up, strictly ball business. We're talking about our most improved players for this season. We talked about it earlier in the year. We had a video and we determined that Miles Bridges was probably going to win this award. There were some other guys we talked about, but today, Dalton, tell us who you think is your top 3 most improved players so far.
My top 3 most improved players. So of course, Ja and Anthony Edwards could be in there, but those guys they did so well last season. It's a great improvement they both had, but they were both great. So I don't like these guys. These 3 had the biggest jump, and Jordan Poole wasn't my 3 last time. He's taking a step back, so he's out of my 3 now. But
Jordan Poole, get out of here.
Jordan Poole, sorry, but Miles Bridges, of course, he's my most improved. He fell off a little bit, but he's still up there. 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, three assists, a steal, 49, 33, 78. I mean, his efficiency has taken a hit from since last year, but much higher volume, and I mean, he can create for himself. He really benefits from playing next to LaMelo too. Then,
What do
I
you
was
wait, Jordan? Oh, you mean Miles? Yeah,
Miles.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Miles Bridges. Also, he's the all-time leading scorer for the Hornets for left-handed scoring for a left-hander.
Oh hell yeah! Well, how many left-handers have they had in history?
Obviously, just one.
Damn
But
it!
Bridges, and then Anthony Simons. I mean, he's really showed up late. Last 15 games, 20, almost 23 points per game, 7 assists, 46, 43, 90. Uh, uh those are his
Yeah,
shooting splits last 15 games. He's been crazy. So
yeah, dude. He was
he's
balling against the Wolves the other night. He was drilling. I think he had a possession of like three threes made in the last like 5 possessions they had. It
yeah,
was crazy.
he's a really good shooter. It turned out to be, but
Yep.
my last guy is Darius Garland. I think he is a really strong. I think he's two. I think he's a strong two. He's a very good
Yeah.
argument for it. I mean, he's a huge part, if not the reason why they're doing so well. They're the 4th or 5th seed in the East, depending upon which
Yeah.
day
Him
this
and
is
Jared
watched.
Allen is an electric connection, and he is the guiding force for that team. I mean, what a point
Yeah,
guard. He's gonna maybe take over the CP3 reign after CP. Nah, just kidding. You can't
no,
you can't
I
live up to
mean
that. But
very
same type
close.
of model, player archetype is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
Darius Garland is really fun to watch. He's shooting 47% this year. Like, I can't believe the efficiency from this guy. It's awesome.
yeah. I mean, you can also argue like he's the most successful, most improved candidate. Because of him, he has the only winning team. I mean, Hornets are kind of winning, Trailblazers are
Yeah.
kind of winning, and I mean,
But
obviously, John Bain are winning, but
you
like,
know, the Cavs have
just
been at the top all year, and like he is a major reason for that.
oh yeah, definitely. I think you could also mention a few guys like Desmond Bain. We talked about Ja
Yeah.
Edwards, Tyrese Maxey was asked to step into a role and just totally did great as the starting point guard for the 76ers. And Cole Anthony took a huge jump. I mean, his efficiency is the huge major reason, and team success is a major reason. He probably won't get this award, but he's improved a lot too.
Yeah, no, Cole Anthony, we had a video on him earlier in the year. He's been really fun to watch this year. Just a stone cold shooter at times, shooting 10 of 14 on nights. What a fun player to watch. Another guy who I've been excited to see is Jalen Noel. I know he's not quite on the level where he has the volume capable for this most improved player category, but what a fun player these last few games. And even ahead of him is another Timberwolf, Jared Vanderbilt has improved so much. He flashed it a bit last year, enough to give him a few years contract, but I mean, he's lived up to that and even more because he rebounds his balls with like 1 foot in the court at times while it's going out of bounds. Like balls other guys were giving up on. I think he averages like 5 offensive rebounds a game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the NBA leading offensive rebounder.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, the Timberwolves needed this guy so badly, and they got him basically as a throw-in from the trade from Denver.
Yeah,
Almost, I mean, good young player, but like they didn't need him. They were just kind of getting rid of him. But man, what an exciting guy.
yeah. It's really funny. I had in like 2K18, I was playing. I had the Timberwolves, and I was trying to like make a dynasty, and I couldn't find a point guard, a power forward next to Cat, and I happened to have Jared Vanderbilt like in my G League, and he like came out and he was only like a 78 overall, but I had started him, and he like I eventually turned into like an 88 overall, and he was like the best defensive player in the league. That was 2K
Well,
2018.
it's
Happy
clearly
story.
happening. So,
It's foreshadowing.
um,
It's the future. I
it's
saw it.
yeah, 2K definitely is always correct on these matters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's where the real science comes from. It's
Yeah.
2K. If it ain't 2K, it ain't truth. You heard it here.
Moving on. Those were our most improved players. I think we're in agreement. Miles Bridges is probably winning that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a runaway at this point. He's having such a great season. He's pushed PJ Washington out of the starting lineup for good. But moving on, we're gonna talk about the new Rising Stars format, which was a new change. Just they announced it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I just saw it a few days ago.
You just saw it, yeah. Why don't you explain to the kind folks out there the details of this new shift?
Yeah. So since I'd say Rising Star is like the most boring part of All Star Weekend, right? I mean,
I like
I
this
think I would.
change.
I mean, it was like the last. So if I had to order all the events, it would probably be my last. I mean, Skills Challenge is right up there, but um, so what they did is they said they're going to take a 4-team bracket, so 8-team A B C D, 3 games, 28 young players, 12 rookies, 12 sophomores, and then 4 Ignite players. And they're going to split them into 4 teams, so 7 per team, kind of like a rec tournament style.
They're
And
so
then,
smart by doing that with the Ignite. They're just doing
oh
that
yeah,
to, inflate that for more prospects. Because now prospects can be like, damn, I can fucking showcase in front of the All-Star game. Like, that is sick.
yeah. Oh, it gets really like I think this is really smart too. So and so the 4 Ignite players will be chosen by NBA assistant coaches. Ignite players chooses by the G League head coach. Yeah. Wait, how did I type that out?
Oh, yeah,
uh,
say it again. You got it.
okay. Chosen by NBA assistant coaches. Ignite players are chosen by the G League head coaches. Okay. They'll be coached by assistant coaches. Will be the coaches of the 4 teams, but there'll be one G League Ignite coach that also coaches the 4th team. It's a race to 75. So the first seed, I mean, for the first round will be first to 25, and then the second game, the finals will be first to 25. No, the first games are first to 50, last game's last to 25. First to 25 wins. So yeah,
Okay.
I really like the tournament style. Like, I mean, they wanted to have that like mid-season tournament. I was like, that's too much. Like, it'd be interesting, but
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
forgot
the
they were
stakes are
talking
there.
about that. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
gonna I
but
think
I
that
think
would have
this is
rocked too many boats.
yeah, like players didn't want it, and I don't know. There's not as much stakes for me, and I
I
don't
don't
know
think
if it would
fans
dilute the
were really
playoffs.
into the idea, honestly. It just
No,
seemed too corny. It
yeah,
was
just
like
Adam Silver, pretty much. But
it
no,
was
I
just they
like
were just trying to get
this.
some money.
Yeah. I like this idea. Like this is actually interesting. I will watch the Rising Stars game now because it's a tournament. Like there's actual stakes and like for these Rising
Yeah.
Stars, like I mean some of them like Ja or LaMelo, like Anthony Edwards, they're all competing. So it's like they have stakes otherwise. But for some of these young players, like this is the highest accomplishment to win this Rising Stars game that they'll get all year, you know? They used to be just Rising Stars MVP, but now they can like win a championship or something like where so I think that'd be really cool. I think it invests the young players. I think it invests us. I think it's really smart, and I love the incorporation of all the NBA assistant coaches. Like that's really cool. I like to see so like they can see like players like Vanderpool or Becky. Oh, she already got a job. But some of the other assistant coaches, you get to it showcases like you actually get to see them coach a
Yeah,
team. So
it's
I think
kind
it's
of
really
like
cool.
the junior varsity, deal. Like you're still giving them a little shine. So I
Mhm.
think it's good for sure.
Oh yeah,
I think anytime you want to change something up, um, I'm up for it as long as it makes sense. They've changed up the dunk contest a few times over the years. I've been all right with most of those changes. Same with the 3-point game. But
Bills.
it's all entertainment. It's not real games, so who cares in the end?
Yeah,
It's
as
like
long as
just
I
have
watch
fun
and I
with
have
it.
fun. Yeah.
It's gonna be good. Um, that's really all my opinion. I don't really care.
Yeah, are you gonna watch it? Does it sound
Yeah,
interesting?
yeah, I'll watch it. I think I would watch it either way, though.
Yeah.
I
Oh
would.
yeah.
I think I would watch the whole weekend regardless.
Yeah, I try to. I usually just get locked up in things on the weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on where things land, but I mean, typically, like, um, I'm fine with missing part of the All-Star game most of the time.
Yeah. But I guess now that seeing that
I
this
like
is
the
what
other
we do, we
stuff.
should probably watch all those all of them now. So we can
Yes, we're
tell
locked in.
so
Strictly
we can
ball
discuss
business.
strictly ball business so we can talk about it.
Yeah, strictly
For you.
ball business.
Just for
Exactly.
you. So you guys can listen to us.
For you. Moving on from the new Rising Star format, we are strictly ball business, episode 26. We're talking about some trades coming up at the deadline that's only a couple weeks away. And man, there's a lot of names out there that are getting floated around. Obviously, there's the boring one, Ben Simmons. There's Buddy Hield. There's Russell Westbrook, John Wall. Lots going on.
John
What's
Wall's not trade.
I don't know, man. That John Wall for Russell Westbrook trade might happen. I don't know if the Lakers are gonna get a
Again.
better deal, and like they might pull the plug.
That's funny. Again, Rockets gonna be like, all right, now we get you back.
Time is a circle. I mean, that would be so ridiculous. Like, but we'll see. I don't know. Like, I can see why the Rockets would do it because they're just gonna cut Westbrook anyways. They would get a pick out of it, hopefully. And whatever. At that point, I guess Wall's not playing for them anyways. It's just funny for the Lakers because, like, they've got no patience, obviously, because they've got to win a championship this year, and I get that. But at the same time, I mean, you dug your own grave, so no one feels bad. Like the entire internet, I love just begging on them every moment,
all the time. Yeah, poor old men. Ugh. But no, I actually do. I have a Lakers. I think I have I have a Lakers trade. I got it all in here. I got their solution right here. Come on, Genie Bus, listen up.
Yes,
I got it here. This is how you're gonna fix your franchise. This is how you get a ring. But yeah, okay. So I'll read off my first. But of course, if you guys watching have any trades, comment below. We'll talk about them. We'll toss them on. We love to talk about
shit
stuff.
bag trades. Please put in the comments so I can just make fun of you.
Yeah, please tell me how bad or great my trades are. But these come from the heart. All right. So this first one is the Magic trading Terrence Ross to the 76ers, and they're getting Danny Green and a second-round pick.
Okay, so the Sixers just want like a player who can do more than what Danny Green's providing. Yeah,
run a bench offense or
player.
Yeah, very versatile. They lose some on defense, but they've lost a lot in defense from just the last few years. He's getting old, so he can't. So, but like, you get another veteran. I think it certainly helps. Obviously, you get more shooting. Not better defense, but not terrible defense either. Like an effort player who I think couldn't really help you. You can carry an offense from times. So I think that would really help the 76ers. I see both sides do it. Magic,
just a second round pick for him.
Just Danny Green and a second round pick, and so they get a decent veteran who expires.
Well, yeah, expiring. So they get basically a second round pick. That's it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but veteran presence helps.
Alex. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Danny Green he seems like a good guy, but what if they just cut him as soon as he gets there? Don't you think Danny Green would be like, nah, cut me. I'm going to go to the Lakers. They need me.
I mean, then we'd have more to talk about once buyout season comes. So I hope so. That'd be fine. We'll hang out with him for like 10 games. Then we'll let him
Fair enough. We'll rub his veteran presence right off his shoulders. It'll be okay.
Yeah. So is that a good, would you think both sides would say yes?
Sure. Yeah, maybe. Why not?
We'll start with my bet. That was my best trade.
Daryl Morey is trade horny. He's ready.
Yeah. So here's Mavericks and Celtics trade. This one's a little of a stretch. Okay. So the Mavericks get Al Horford, Marcus Smart, and a top 10 2023 first round pick. The Celtics get Tim Hardaway Jr., Dwight Powell, and Jalen Brunson. So obviously, this is leaning towards the Celtics finally get that playmaker. Jalen Brunson can actually run a offense. He's shown that when Luka's gone, he can step up, and he does a great job of it. I mean, obviously, takes some away from shooting, but you get Tim Hardaway Jr., another shooter you can put in, replace that Fournier player you had on your team last year. Dwight Powell is just kind of backup center, probably better than Ennis right now. So you get or another trade chip, but and the Mavericks, they get that defender next to Luca, somebody an off ball presence. They get Alpha Horford, just decent vet. I mean, they can put him next to have a little more interior presence next to Porzingis, and then they get a first round pick because they're giving up Jalen Brunson, who they have given a contract to, and Tim Hardaway Jr., Dwight Powell, all of them are solid players. So
Yeah, giving up Tim Hardaway, I feel like would be pretty tough.
yeah,
You know, giving up both him and Brunson the same trade is pretty tough.
I think what he does for the Mavericks team, stretching the floor, being that guy who can score, is really nice. But I see the Mavericks be like, we gotta like Marcus Smart is a first team all defensive type player. Like that would obviously change their defense. That's really what they need. And a guy like Al Horford, that's more or less just taking on the contract. That's the first round pick, but he would still gonna do one. I mean, he's pretty old, but he's still effective. He's a smart veteran, good, still a good defender. So I see the Mavericks wanting this. It's just the Celtics giving up Smart is whether they're actually willing to do it is where I see it getting hung up.
Yeah. Well, they floated him out in trade conversations before, so
Yeah. I just feel like they have a really high value on him.
Well, they could use big shift because what they're doing is clearly not working.
Both
you
teams.
figured after, specifically, I'm talking about the Celtics. I mean, Mavericks have been above 500 for most of the year. The Celtics, like they had really up and down, mostly down season last year, and you would have hoped it was mostly just because of the injuries. But now this year, you're just kind of seeing it's just who they are. Obviously, Jaylen Brown missed some games too, but even the games him and Tatum played together, like they haven't been winning enough. So
For sure.
They need a shift. They need to get that playmaker, like you said. So I think Brunson would be a great fit in Boston.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he deserves a starting role, no doubt. I think he's going to get a pretty nice extension after this season, and the Mavericks aren't going to pay him because, I mean, I could see them paying him something.
They should. At the very least,
Yeah.
just to get a sign and trade.
Like 4 years, $70 million if they wanted to bide their time more. But I think long term, they probably realize, like, I mean, he's not going to flourish here. We could use someone maybe better anyways, or different at least.
Better off ball players like CJ McCollum. That'd be great.
Yeah, CJ would be great. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So here's my most obvious trade. This is the trade everyone knows, everyone's been talking about. It's the Lakers get Buddy Hield, right? So the Kings would get Avery Bradley, Kent Bazemore, Kendrick Nunn, Taylor Horton Tucker, and first round pick. And a top 8 first round pick. So obviously, you're getting a first round pick. You're getting 2 young players that could actually mean something, and Nunn and THT. I mean, THT has a lot of potential. Nobody knows what it is, not even him, because he doesn't do anything really good. But somehow
he's not been good this year.
No,
he's just overrated because he's on the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but there's certainly potential there somewhere. I mean, he was drafted by the Magic, so he has to be a golden egg. Plus Kendrick Nunn. I don't get why the teams
hasn't played a single game this year. He's hurt, isn't he?
I don't know, but he's
hurt, bro.
The Heat just dropped him. I mean, he showed out to be a really nice player at the very he did really well in the finals. I liked him when he came in. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why that was
instant impact rookie. He's a lot older than you think, though. I mean, he was like 25 his rookie year. So I'm guessing maybe some places are just like, or some teams are just like, oh, I don't know. We don't see this guy getting a whole lot better, maybe, which would be silly in my mind. I mean, Duncan Robinson has gotten better, right? Well, I guess he's not as good this year, but when he first got into the league.
Yeah, he certainly made a role. But I mean, the real question in this trade, obviously the Lakers will do anything for Buddy Hield. But in this trade, do the Kings say yes?
I think they say no. I think they get something better for Buddy Hield.
Yeah, like Miles Turner at least, or something like that.
I think they could at least get like 2 protected first round picks rather than 1
really?
protected, because I mean, well, to be fair, that first round pick is in 2027, so that is a decent pick by the Lakers. But I think if they wanted to get more immediate picks to maybe surround the guys that they have now and get out of purgatory, they maybe be looking for more picks in the near future.
I would just this pick alone. That's top 25, top 8 protected Lakers. LeBron's not going to be playing in 2025. If so, they're not going to be that good. So like, I would definitely take it. Done pick alone. THT, whatever. Hop in our offense. We're about to rebuild. We're about to jump into a rebuild. Whatever. I like.
That's a good pick. I don't think the Lakers should give it up. To be honest with you,
for Buddy Hield for
I think
3
they
more
should
years of Buddy Hield. Well, if they win a championship, it's suddenly worth it. I mean,
yeah, I guess
they definitely
they're not going to win a championship this year, though. I get they're delusional, though. I'm thinking in my brain. I got to think in LeBron's brain. So
it's almost the second half of the season, though. That's when Russ comes out.
Russ sucks. Grow up.
But that's the obvious trade. I see this trade happening. I would do it on both ends, and I'd like to see it happen. Honestly, I want the Kings just to like. I don't know. I want them to do something. And Lakers, at this point, it's just been sad to watch.
I think the Kings are for sure going to make a trade at the deadline, but I think they're going to be more of buyers than you think.
Really?
I think they're going to get maybe Sabonis. I could definitely
that'd be cool.
Get him.
I'd like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
So who knows? Yeah. They might trade Fox for Sabonis, maybe.
But my last trade. All right. So this is one I'm proud of. Everything lines up, it works. So 3-way trade with the Hawks, the 76ers, and the Timberwolves. Start off, the Timberwolves get Danilo Gallinari and Ben Simmons. The 76ers get Pat Beverly, Malik Beasley, John Collins, and Jaden McDaniels. The Hawks get Tobias Harris, Taurean Prince, Josh Okogie, and a unprotected first-round pick from the Warriors in 2023. I mean, from not Warriors, but from the Timberwolves. Who says no to this trade?
What were the Hawks getting?
The Hawks are getting Tobias Harris, Taurean Prince, Josh Okogie, and a unprotected 2023 first-round pick from the Timberwolves, and they're giving up John Collins and Danilo Gallinari.
Yeah, the Hawks say no for sure.
Really? You don't think? You think they can get more than Tobias and John Okogie? And a first-round pick that could be
Tobias is a negative asset.
Really? I don't think he's a negative asset.
I think he's got a fat-ass contract. John Collins is flat out better.
Is he better, though, for a team that's trying to win right now? Obviously, like, Collins is better with the potential because he can be better. But I haven't seen him.
He just was fantastic in the playoffs when they got to the conference finals, man. He was averaging like over 20 a game.
Tobias was too. Tobias was doing really well. He's always just
he's like the most Tobias did what? He never made it to a conference final.
Oh, he didn't make it to the conference final, but he was
so
yeah, he did.
So
he did.
When
no, that wasn't him. That was with Jimmy, and then he went there. No, yeah, he played next to Jimmy, didn't
they? Didn't make it to the conference finals.
Yeah, that's where they faced the Raptors.
That was the semifinals.
And then because the Bucks just got dead. They got destroyed. Yeah, okay. But no, I mean that it could have been a fluke. Look at the Hawks now. Like we don't know what happened. They were 1 game away, but
no, it definitely could be a fluke. No doubt. Flash in the plant, whatever you call it. They got a lot of solid players. I feel like John Collins is just more valuable, than just giving him up for that. Like, I think they want to use him to get someone a lot better. Like, I would see the Hawks being interested in Ben Simmons.
I'm sure they are too, but I think the Timberwolves Timberwolves give up a lot, but they do because like Danilo Gallinari would be really helpful. Obviously, Ben Simmons would be great. And we've talked about that numerous times on this podcast. I actually think the 76ers say no, though, because John Collins isn't I'm sure they want, like, we're talking about who's better, John Collins or Tobias Harris. I think they want at least, if they're dealing Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris, they want to at least get back somebody that's as good as Ben Simmons.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So John Collins, I think, is already on the table, and they've said no. So,
yeah, I think if they got two John Collins, like John Collins and I don't know, CJ McCollum or something. CJ's clearly better, but Something like that, they'd be like, okay, yeah, like for two fringe stars next to each other is the only acceptable, not a fringe star with three role players that are nice role
Well,
players.
Maury said there are 40 players in the league now he's willing to accept in a trade for Ben Simmons. We could do the exercise, figure out which 40 players there are, but that would take a while.
LeBron
Um,
James.
but I mean, who's the last guy on that list? You think? I mean, De'Aaron Fox is good. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
top 40 or not. There's some solid players out there, but you'd
Donovan.
think they want more of like a ball handling guy, right?
Yeah, and it's obviously not like Rudy Gobert or Nurkic. Like those guys aren't on there either, even though they would probably make a top 40 list. Well, maybe not Nurkic, but I don't know. Sabonis is
Nah, he
definitely on
wouldn't.
there.
Sabonis, yeah, but like, I mean, do the Sixers want another big?
Uh, I don't know. If they get rid of Tobias, yeah, I can see that happening. I mean,
Yeah,
if Sabonis is the best you can get from what people are offering, I mean, I would rather have De'Aaron
just
Fox,
pure talent, I guess.
but he's a strong two. I think better than John Collins, better than Tobias.
Yeah, no, I mean it'd be interesting. You got Tyrese Maxey starting, and then Sabonis and Embiid down low. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if you're able to get someone also decent at the two in another trade, but I don't know. They need to get a better ball handler. I feel like.
Oh yeah. Yeah. CJ. That's why I think CJ McCollum's actually their most dream realistic fit. Like if they got CJ and like pieces, I think that would be so like more valuable. I mean, they keep saying like Daryl Morey's argument. I like finally heard it and like understood it through his eyes. He's like, we're not accepting a trade just like these fringe trades because everyone's like, you're gonna get better. He's not even playing and you're already like a playoff team. And Daryl Morey's like, well, that's not gonna like just because we're doing better and like if what we get back obviously improves us, that's great. But like he needs to see what the person they get back, he needs to see them go to the finals with the team, not just like a nice improve something nice to get back. And that was his guy. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like that's fair. You could get that trade. That's why he's
Well, I
holding out for a
understand
good
his
trade.
reasoning is like
But is it
this is their
possible?
last.
Like,
Yeah, well, this is their last chip. Is how they see it. They've traded their other chips. They traded, you know, their young
Jimmy.
players at a time to get for Jimmy. Then they lost Jimmy.
Uh,
They traded a good amount of stuff. I think Shea was included in it to get Tobias Harris. Imagine if they had Shea Gilgeous-Alexander right now. Whoa, wouldn't that
well,
solve a lot of problems?
yeah. Well, no, because Shea was on the.
Or was it
Yeah,
Landry Shamet? I don't know.
Landry Shamit.
Maybe it was
I
Landry.
think Shamit was part of. Yeah, Shamit. It was Shamit.
Okay. I thought it was Shea for some reason. I guess that's
Yeah,
a
that
lot
was because
different.
they were both on the Clippers next to each other.
Yeah,
But then
that's
Shea
true.
got traded for Paul George.
Paul George. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's what it was.
Um.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think there's a solid player out there for them. I think De'Aaron Fox, if he's available, you should just hone in on that. Like that's a guy you can like,
Yeah.
he's just gonna be really solid next to
Dude,
Embiid, I
he's not
feel
the
like.
best, but clearly a better playmaker. Yeah.
But the
Than who they
rumors
have now.
out recently is that James Harden might consider leaving after this
Ooh.
season. And his preferred destination would be the 76ers, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Um,
And the 76ers have like made it clear they're like, yeah, they're like, we're waiting for he said we're waiting for James Harden. That's what Daryl Morey said.
well, I mean, it would be a reunion, it'd be a great reunion. And it seems like, I mean, James Harden didn't really deny the rumors when they asked him about it either. So it seems like there's some truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's not very excited with the Kyrie stuff.
Yeah, nor should he be. I mean, that's a lot for a teammate to deal with, especially going. He was Kyrie was him and KD obviously, but those two are the sole reasons why he went there. Like why he, I mean, he went there. Obviously, they had a good trade package, but he was willing to go there.
Yeah, and by all circumstances at the time, it seemed like he was pushing to get there. Um, but now all of a sudden maybe he wants out. I mean, obviously the fit between Harden and Embiid would be so fun, and I would prefer that. I would love for that to happen.
Two of the guys I don't like on the same team. That's what I want. I'm like, that's the clear villain.
I just love the pairing of the two. The play styles they're very complimentary. Like, I'm not like ever cheering for either, but I really enjoy watching them sometimes. Like Embiid's really fun to watch, and James Harden can be really fun to watch as well. The falling shit can definitely be annoying, but he does some stuff that just amazes you as well. So I think that would be fun. And honestly, fuck the Nets, fuck KD, fuck Kyrie Irving. So who cares about their feelings? Steve Nash, I like him.
Yeah, nice.
But fuck
DeAndre Jordan's cool, but he's not on the team. Paul Millsap's cool. Like, he's not on there anymore too.
Yeah, Marcus Aldridge is cool. I like him.
Yeah, Aldridge is cool. He's a cool guy.
But fuck the Brooklyn Nets. That's all we've got today, guys. It's strictly ball business. We had a fun episode 26. I think we'll probably be back next. Oh yeah, we are going to be back next week. You know what? Tune the fuck in next week, guys, because we got something real exciting going on. The first ever teaser. I'm not going to tell you yet. I changed my mind. You ain't going to find out yet, guys. Maybe we'll drop a teaser video.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something like that. But of course, let us know what you guys thought about the trades. Let us know what you think about the new Rising Stars. Let us know whatever you think. Please comment below. Start a discussion. We want to hear it all.
It's a fun season so far. Over halfway through. My Timberwolves are over 500. I can't fucking believe it. His Orlando Magic are trash though. So,
but with the trash, so it's great. It's okay as long as we stay the trash. We'll get a good pick. Top 5 guaranteed.
Yeah, Chet, come on down.
Come on, Chet. Paolo, I'll take either of you. Chet or Paolo or bust.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. All right, strictly ball business. We're out.